Hello everybody, welcome back, Techie Garage here. So, today was kind of an unplanned video in the sense that I wasn't really planning it. But I had a box of hardware I found that's been sitting up here and I just figured, oh hey, there's some RAM sticks, I wonder if I can do anything with them. The one, it was a DDR2, I was thinking, oh maybe I could slap a random gig in my other box that's I will make another video on that on my phone. This is using the Nikon D5100 camera, but I will make a video on my phone next explaining what's going on with DDR3 situation, because there's a quick explanation for that. Anyways, so that RAM stick, the voltage is too different because I have 2.6 in my system and it was a 1.8, so I'm not going to even bother because last time I mixed voltages I got blue screens all over the place, so I've learned. This, however, I have a 512 stick of, it's two different brands, it's Micron Technologies, and I had a Kingston in there. The Kingston was the gig, so this is the Micron. I don't know how well I'll be able to focus on that. Oh, I guess I gotta do the focus. Maybe. Oh, no, it's just the zoom. I don't know how to focus on this camera, so. It's a Micron 512 meg DDR 400 megahertz RAM stick. And then this, and they're on top of my computer case. That's probably not the best place for them, but it should be okay. Don't repeat a lot of what you see in here. If you do, you do at your own risk. I'm doing what I'm comfortable with. Don't copy me if you don't think it's right. I just want to disclaim that. So, do what you think is best and you assume any and all risk of what happens. Just as I am assuming risk with the practices that I put forward. I forget the camera's over here, not over here. Just like I'm assuming risk anytime I do something, I'm assuming this is the risk I'm taking. If something happens, that's on me. So, with that, this one is the Kingston 400 megahertz 2.6. This is 2.6 volts, so that's 2.5. 0.1 shouldn't be a problem, so I'm going to take the jump and put both sticks in. We'll see if it posts. If it posts, then we'll get into BIOS and see if it shows what speed it's running or what voltage it's running at, and if there's a way for me to tweak or change it if I need to. But honestly, I don't think 0.1's gonna matter. Otherwise, I wouldn't even do this. If it was like, a 2.0 stick versus a 1.5, or, if it was like essentially a half a volt difference, ooh, hang on, I wouldn't even bother. Oh, because I wasn't even lined up like I thought I was. Okay, that was my mistake. I thought I was in the slot, I wasn't. And we're clicked. We're in, we're good. So, now the next step is to turn her on. And then as you see, maybe. So both of my sticks are right here. There's one stick here and one stick here. So they're both in there. So we will, and this also will be an unedited video. I'm just gonna take it off the camera, upload it on the computer, and then upload it straight to YouTube. So, let's see. Power supply is on. We are ready to go. So, let's find out if we post. This is gonna take a little bit to get used to. So at least with my phone, like, I know generally, where to look, because the screen and the front lens are all basically in the same spot. And we've posted. Oh. Well, there you have it. It works just fine. Even though it's 0.1 volt off, it seems to be wanting to work. So, I probably won't even bother going into BIOS because it seems to just work. So, now with that, I now have effectively a gig and a half. So now with that, I effectively have 1.5 gigs of DDR RAM. Whether it's running at 333 megahertz or 400, I'm not going to bother worrying about figuring that out because 77 megahertz, not going to notice it. I highly doubt you'll notice it. I'm trying to keep this video somewhat short. Yeah, I'm going to turn the camera for a second. Didn't think about this part. Okay. But yeah, 77 megahertz, I'm not going to see a difference. It just feels good to have both channels filled up with RAM, so everything's good to go. I am currently, I think, waiting on extra funds at the moment to go ahead, because I found a listing on eBay for an AMD AM2 with a Phenom processor. So for it was $45 for it, and $45 for motherboard, CPU, fully loaded with RAM, and 2 extra processors. $45, like, probably gonna do it. Once I can get to that point, I will nab that up, and then once we do that, we'll be more or less done with this. I'll probably just e-cycle it in all honesty, because I have no use for it. So, yeah, it doesn't really seem that much more responsive. But I also gotta remember I'm working on a single core, old, like 130 or 132 nanometer processor. So there you have it. We've upgraded a 0.5 gig worth of RAM, so now I'm running 1.5 gigs of DDR. So like and subscribe. Techie Garage out. Peace.